it's all said and done, when the dust settles, you and I and all three of us and all the men who are household leaders, we are mas'ul.
Yeah.
We're the people who are going to be questioned about these things. Yeah. So we have the responsibility.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Deen and Dunya. I am one of your hosts, Mustafa Talib.
And I'm one of your hosts, Abdurrahman Talib.
I'm one of your hosts, Ayman Talib.
And today we are going to be talking about the believing men and what it means.
Be a man.
You must be swift as a coursing river.
Be a man.
With all the force of a great typhoon.
Be a man.
With all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Holy smokes, that wasn't that bad.
Fantastic. That's pretty good. Anyway, so, Abdurrahman, take it away. And why do we want to talk about the believing men?
Oh, man. So, I think in a time where...
In a time.
In a land before time.
In a world. We're to be different. We're to be condemned.
Was to be condemned. And to be condemned.
Was to die.
One man
chose to question his God. From Fox Searchlight.
Probably the best fake trailer ever. Thank you, Tropic Thunder.
5-time Academy Award winner, Kirk Lazarus.
I know. Movie. Anyway, going back to the important subject on hand, the believing men. You were saying.
I was saying. So in a time like this, right? So there is. I think it's easy to throw out this word. It's a buzzword. Talk about like toxic masculinity. That's like toxic masculinity. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for that. It's fine. I don't care. So I think in an age where so many people talk about this toxic masculinity, it's important to talk about qualities, masculine qualities. What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to...
What is true masculinity?
What is true masculinity?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
the other TM,
right?
Because the definition TM. Or what is masculinity, or what was considered to be masculine, right? Not that long ago, is now looked at as toxic masculinity,
chauvinistic and misogynistic, and all that stuff.
And then, but now, and while there is some legitimacy to that, there is also on the other side of the same coin, toxic
femininity.
100%. Okay, because
there's been an overcorrection.
That's the word.
A steep overcorrection.
Yes, it's an overcorrection because these things are responding.
I don't need you to hold the door open for me. I can do it myself.
Don't let it hit you behind.
Okay. Now, on the other hand, you do have women that do command a certain respect they're like, oh, you're not going to open the door for me. Got it. Next.
Thank you.
Okay?
Next.
Because they recognize the queen that they are. Mm-hmm. Right? And like I'm going to say this. Okay?
I hope so. It's a podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Like what I'm saying is Chum is going to attract sharks. Yes or no? Okay. Blood is going to attract sharks.
Okay.
And if you are attracting a certain kind of bad man around you,
I'm looking at the woman in the mirror.
So
kind of.
Now, that being said, I truly 100% believe that the essence of this entire issue, I know. Dong.
It's like a very like
1, 2, 3. Let's do it all at the same time.
No, I'm good.
All right.
It's good.
I do believe at the heart, like, what started it all? What started it all was bad displays of what was perceived as supposed to be of bad masculinity. That was the start of it. And then you had a correction.
The overcorrection.
And then that turned into an overcorrection, which ping-ponged back to overcorrection.
And we went so far away from center that that even if you do the most
and
basic,
where did that bad male leadership start? It started in the home. Bad fathers, bad brothers, right? Who abused, who were overpowering, who were controlling,
dominating.
My man.
Wow.
Both of you. Okay? That's the start. That's what started this whole thing. So, and what was the product of that? Ladies with daddy issues.
Full circle.
And this was what that's kind of this.
It's a cyclic thing.
100%. 100%.
So I'm sorry.
As I was going to say,
over these overcorrections are what is the function of an overcorrection? What is an overcorrection actually trying to do?
It's trying to get you back to center.
It's trying to get you back to center, but then you go too far. Why? Because you're trying to achieve balance. Well, you have to have an original source to find out what does balance look like.
And what is our source?
Okay? So it's not balance, it's center. There's a big difference.
Right.
Because overcorrection is what you're trying to do, is trying to achieve balance. So, what is center? What is the source? Go.
Quran and Sunnah.
Bingo.
Right. So we take those as our absolutes.
قال الله قال الرسول.
And that's it.
What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said and how the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam
showed us. Right. Yep. So the Quran tells us what to do. The Sunnah tells us how to do. Like one of the best examples is Salah. Right. Yeah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, make sujood, stand up, do the core. But the order We'll take a step back and look at Salah beyond a religious ritual. Think of it for a moment, from a political lens. What does it look like when a line of men and a line of women are standing together doing the same motions behind a leader? My man right here.
Unity.
Soldiers on the front line. There's a command being given and they obey.
Sami'na wa ata'na.
Salah is the ultimate example of following leadership in real life. Right? Back to manhood. So what we're saying about the Quran and the Sunnah is that the Quran tells us do these things. The Sunnah tells us how to do those things.
Yep. Yes.
Right? So like the Rasul said, he said to pray as you see me pray. Right, so he taught us the steps, what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to do, the order, and so on. Yeah. Right. So Aisha radiallahu anha described the Rasul as a walking Quran. 100%. Because the way that he carried himself was the manifestation of the Quran. Right. Right. The laws and so on and that are there. The Quran actually describes him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as the best example. Right. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Yep. Right. So there he is the best. He's the utmost example that you should look to as far as how you should be living your life. Right. An actual example, not a theoretical one, and a pragmatic one. Somebody who actually lived the functions that you do in life. You gotta. So you're the head. As a man, you are the leader of the household. You're in charge. You are charged with the responsibility. And that's the biggest thing, right? That's the word that gets left out in this conversation so much. And that we take it as another absolute, is that when it's all said and done, when the dust settles, you and I and all three of us and all the men who are household leaders, we are mas'ul. Yeah. We're the people who are going to be questioned about these things. Yeah. So we have the responsibility. Yes. And that's the biggest thing. Yeah. Right. And so we talk about when we say things about what is the quality of a good man. Yeah. How do I know you're a good man? Well, you have certain qualities about you. Yeah. Right. You're a provider. You are somebody who is a protector. You are brave. You're a good example for what I want my kids to be like. You are somebody who is determined. You are ambitious. Yeah. These are all the things that you are. And you're righteous. You're honest. Yes. You have integrity. Yeah.
All qualities of a man.
You have discipline.
You are vulnerable.
And that's a big one because nowadays we can't show emotion.
Wait, what? To be vulnerable
we
is
can't
to be
show
weak.
Emotion. We're stoic. We're men.
We're
We're manly men.
Men in tights.
Tights. So we are stoic. We don't show emotion. No,
yeah, that's not true.
It's the exact opposite.
That's wrong.
It's the exact opposite. The Prophet he
I'll
was
take
one.
I'll take it a step further, man. You talk about the Prophet okay, he was the role model that we will never ever.
We'll always chase.
Okay. Now let's look at the level of the Sahaba. You can make the argument, right? You can make the argument. Umar radiallahu anh was arguably the manliest of all the men, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he had 2 lines down his face because of how much he cried. Okay. When to picture what kind of, I want you to imagine somebody like Hulk Hogan, straight up, like somebody who was like, who probably had to, turn to the side to walk through the doorway. Okay. And he was more than a head taller than everybody else because he was literally described as having his feet kick the ground as he was riding his mule. That's how tall he was. Okay. And proportionally big, muscular all around. Okay. And this was a guy who spent half the night awake, praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, crying his eyes out. Okay. He got moved when he saw a Jewish homeless man on the street begging. Like, where's this guy thinking? You understand? Like, he was vulnerable enough, okay, that this was a no-brainer. Okay, and that somebody who is mas'ool, who's responsible, he felt responsible for everybody in his flock, right? Well, that's the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, right? كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. Every one of you is a shepherd, and every one of you is responsible for his flock. Rough translation, right? And then the first one the first one on the list is imam, right? An imam of not the guy leading the salah, the leader of a country, right? And then and he goes down the list, and then it's the man who's responsible for the people of his house,
his household,
and Allah is going to ask him about the people of his house, and the woman is responsible for, right? And the person is the person is responsible for this, and that person is responsible for that. The Prophet ﷺ, broke it down. So there is a connection. You'll find your role in that. Like, what does that mean to be responsible? What am I responsible to Allah for?
Yeah.
Not about what they're responsible to me for.
Demanding your rights.
Right? Which is fair. You got to demand your rights. But you while you hold other people account, if every single person spent their time being self-accountable, as much as they were holding others accountable, we all be better off.
100%. Instead of always pointing fingers, you got 3 back.
And this is an absolute
back at you.
And this is a huge characteristic of manhood: is self-accountability. Right? I am going to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day, as He created me, with my deeds laid bare. And I have to own up to it. I can't blame anybody else.
Full responsibility. So the Rasul ﷺ taught us what we should do.
Right. And this is and of course this is the pinnacle. This is the one that we're going to chase after in terms of trying to reach that example. And this is real life.
Yeah.
And what we like to do on this channel is we like to talk about
our experiences,
our own experiences, and the examples that we see of these things and other things that we talk about in fiction, in arts, and so on. And so I think there are a handful of characters kind of spread throughout all of fiction that embody some or all of these qualities, but I don't know if there's one in fiction that embodies them better than Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
My man right there.
Vigo.
Yes.
I would have followed you, my captain.
What does he do? He supports and he encourages women.
Yeah.
Right, when he was talking to Eowyn, and all the examples that I'm going to mention right here about him, and that we can all kind of, I've never read the books, So everything's going to be from the movies.
Yeah.
But when he talks to Eowyn, and they're preparing to go to Helm's Deep to fight off whatever force is coming to attack, and he sees her swinging a sword, and he's like, "You have skill with a blade. You are a shield maiden of Rohan." This is huge. Like, she's like, I fear being in a cage. Like, she's like, I feel trapped because I'm a woman and this is the role that I have or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, you're a shield maiden of Rohan. You are somebody, you can take up arms if you wished, right? And it kind of reminds me of the story of one of the believing women in the time of Medina who took up arms. Mm. But that's a story from maybe another time.
Okay, because we're not doing nonfiction today.
Well, we're just gonna. I think just for the sake, just for time, we're gonna talk about the fiction.
Sure.
He's the first to support and protect those who are vulnerable and weaker than himself. 100%. If you think about what happens when they're in Rivendell and they're deciding the fate of the ring, and Frodo says, "I will take the ring to Mordor," and I just don't know the way. Mm-hmm. And so Gandalf, he's the first one that says, I'm gonna, I will help you. Right, I will help you. And then who's the first one who offers all of his service?
You have my sword.
You have my sword.
You have my bow and my axe.
Wait, we're coming too.
Right?
You skipped Sam.
I know, of course. I didn't mean, not of course I skipped Sam. No, that's not what I meant. Don't hate me in the comments. Sam is the backbone, man.
Sam is the man.
Without, it's like, what is it? There's like the whole fellowship, and it's like 99% of the fellowship, and it's like everybody, it's just Aragorn and Sam. That's the 99%. Everybody else. Right.
What else does Aragorn do?
He wields authority and respect without cruelty. When he's talking to the undead under the mountain. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You will suffer me. Right. You will. He brings up the sword, the king's sword, and he's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And then he tries to attack him, and he's like, no, you will suffer me. I am going to hold you to your oath and all that. And it's like, okay.
The sword was broken. It has been remade. So there's a huge lesson right there. A man has to know, like in the real world, right? He's got to be pragmatic. You got to be able to have leverage to do what you need to be able to do. And in defining what you need to do, again, as long that needs to be God-centered, that needs to be righteous, to take care of what you've been responsible and what you've been charged with, right? So what does he tell the ghost, right, or the undead there? He's like, it has been remade, right? And then he calls them. He's like, I am Aragorn, and he's like, I am the son, I'm the grandson of the guy you betrayed. I can get you out of your hellhole, okay? I need your help, and just as much as you need me. Let's go. Mm-hmm. What say you? Right?
What say you? What say you?
Right? He's good.
Yeah. Later on, this is not in any order, but I'm just for the. It says, even with all the birthright in the world, he understands and displays humility.
Oh yeah,
my friends, you bow to no one. That's a line that gets me every time. That I'm like, hey, can you just pause for a second? Because, oh my gosh.
There's something in my eye.
Right.
So beautiful. But one of the qualities of a man, humility, as part of the vulnerability as well.
His word is his bond. When the undead fulfill their oath, I release you. Be at peace.
Ma salam.
So he had, and you could even argue maybe at some point to say he could have said, "All right, let's go all the way to Mordor. You're not done here." And again, this is in the movie, because in the books actually they didn't go to Pelennor Fields. I found out, but that's a story that may be another time. Nobody questions his manliness.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Nobody questions his manliness. When you look at the scene of when Boromir dies. Everything that happens there. What happened right before he went to Boromir? What was he doing?
He was fighting off the Uruk-hai.
He was fighting off a horde of Uruk-hai, and not just any. He was fighting off the horde, but right before he went to Boromir, what happened? Who was he fighting?
He was fighting the Uruk-hai, the leader of them.
The leader of the Uruk-hai, and he literally just dismembered him, and took off his head. He gutted him
and decapitated him.
Yeah. And right after that, he's like. And he runs to his friend who is dying, who is turning pale in the face.
Yeah.
And he's there to comfort him. Mm-hmm. And he's there to offer him words and to help him in any way. Right? He tries to console him. He's very vulnerable with him. Mm-hmm. He reassures him. He even says, I will not let the white city fall, nor our people fail. And as he's saying this, his voice is trembling because he's realizing
it's his responsibility.
I really have to step up now.
Yeah, because
I have to step up
because he's been kind of running from in a way, running from the responsibility, but not so much responsibility. He was running from who he was, right? And it kind of comes back full circle in the third one when, oh my God, what's his name? Hugo Weaving. Elrond. When Elrond comes to him, he gives him his grandfather's sword,
which, by the way, in the books, it was already forged way before that. Before they left Rivendell, he had it reforged for him. Okay.
But the point is that the sword was reforged, and he told him, "Cast aside the ranger, become who you were born to be. You got a role here."
Okay. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to step up.
It's time for you to step up.
Yeah. Okay. Know your role, know your place, and go all the way.
And the exchange that Boromir, like his very last words, he said, I would have followed you anywhere.
Well, back to Gondor, right? He says, nor let our people fail. Yeah. He was like, he's a man. He's half man, half elf, right? It's already like, a racist world, sort of. There's all this tension, but there's an uneasy truce between all these different races of people. And but now they have a common objective. And when you kind of take all that away, it's like, wait a minute. I have a certain obligation that I've been neglecting because I thought other people were taking care of it. Right? But then when he said, our people, like, I gotta, it's it's like when all is said and done, when the dust settles, it has to be me. Mm-hmm. I can't delegate this one. Right? Nor let our people fail.
And that's what he says,
like, our people. I would have followed you, my captain. So Boromir tells Aragorn, I would have followed you to the end, my brother, my captain, my king. Oof. He dies.
And what does he say?
What does Aragorn do?
What does he do? He leans down.
He kisses Boromir's forehead.
Kisses his forehead.
Like, bro.
Like, that's
the ultimate man show of respect.
Humbling.
Right? You kiss another man's forehead.
And he comes up, and you see him. The tears are coming down.
He says, "Be at peace, son of Gondor." He comes up, and he says, like they will look for his. They will basically look for his. They will look for him. They will look for his
shield or his.
I forgot the line exactly, but he told them that he said that they're gonna look for him. They're gonna look for his symbol, like either his horn, or they're gonna look for his boat or something, but they will not see him. And then that another tear falls, But again, are you really gonna discount his manhood? What? Because liquid fell out of his eyes as these macho, guys. I'm not gonna even mention names, but
right,
like, bro, take it back a notch.
Right. And so I think he is at the apex of all that, is that he is in fiction, I think. And that the entire story is filled with all these examples.
Yeah.
Right. We have a little bit of time. I'm going to just whip through them real quick here, and feel free to jump in, but just be mindful of the time. So other male characters from Lord of the Rings. We'll talk about Boromir. He stands by his friends. He is vulnerable. He gets swayed and tempted, but also comes back from that temptation. And even when he is literally looking death in the face and he's about to die, his concern's not even about himself. His first words to Aragorn are, they took the little ones. Like, there are the hobbits, the other hobbits are gone. They took them, and we need to go get the
selfless.
Don't spend time, go and get the hobbits.
Yeah.
But so selfless. He comes back, and there's the redeeming arc of Boromir. Right. And even then, he's the most, you could say, almost the most human. And it makes a lot of sense.
Because he's a man.
He is, and he represents
the race of men.
He represents the race of men who at a time stumbles and falls, but also goes back to understanding their purpose.
Right.
And goes and follows through.
And they turn back. What do we call that in Islam?
Toba.
Yay, ladies and gentlemen.
So then his brother, so Faramir, his brother, struggles with the death of his brother, naturally, mourns his brother, and sees
living in his shadow.
Living in his shadow. But at the same time, it's not a shadow that his brother cast on him on purpose. Right. It was a shadow that his father created, on he cast that shadow on Faramir.
Yeah,
you'll never live up to your brother. I prefer that your places were switched.
Dude.
Like Lama.
Yeah,
that's your son.
That's your son. But I like eating tomatoes. That guy, man. So he manages to resist the ring. He says, "You know what? Maybe." Initially, he's like, "I'm gonna prove my worth to my father." After all,
I remember it now.
Right.
The notion, and we saw this in Boromir when you were talking about, go after they took the little ones. I'm dying. They go Ithar.
The preference,
notions of preference of somebody else over me, right? The famous story of Ithar that we have in our tradition in Islam is the story of the three men after the battle of Al-Yamama, right? When the Muslims were fighting in the apostate wars against Musaylim al-Kadhab and Musaylim the liar, and we had the three men who were wounded, dying, right? And the person was going from person to person, offering water.
Give him water.
One of them was Ikrama ibn Abi Jahl, right? Ikrama, the son of the pharaoh of this ummah, the pharaoh of our nation, right? His own son becomes Muslim and goes and he strives in the path of Allah, right? He's promoting Islam and pushing for the truth of Islam, and he gives his life on the battlefield. And when he gets wounded, and he doesn't know, maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't know he's dying. Okay, the guy offers him water, and he's like, no, go to my brother. He needs it more. Right, brother meaning brother in Islam. He goes to the other guy, and the other guy says, no, go to my brother. He needs it more. They go to the third guy. The third guy is dead. He goes back to the second guy. The second guy died. He goes back to Ikrama, and Ikrama died. So all three of them became shaheed.
Subhanallah.
That's manlyhood. That's manhood. That's manliness.
That's the preferential treatment, the care of others over myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. What's the expression? Leaders eat last.
Yeah.
Exactly. Moving on, with the fictionist characters, the characters from Lord of the Rings.
We talked about Faramir, who had the opportunity to present his father with a gift. He called it a something gift. I forget, like a powerful gift. He said something. I'm trying to remember the words, but it's fine. That doesn't really matter. But with that immense pressure, he decides to back off, knowing that he is just a part of the journey for Sam and for Frodo, and he's just going to help them get on their way.
Yeah.
And even at one point, again, this is the movies, but he hears where they might be going, and he challenges Gollum about it, or Smeagol about it, and says, "Do not take him past, Shelob." Just for brevity, we'll just say Shelob. Next one on the list, Legolas, the archer, not the archer, but the from the Woodland Realm,
the elf
who doesn't have a father. It's that meme. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He says, "I'm Aragorn, son of Arathorn. This is Gimli, son of Glóin, and this is Legolas of the Woodland Realm." He's like, "I have a dad, I have a dad." And he's not just any dad. He's like the king of the Woodland Realm. Like, hello. But anyway, it's fine. So he learns about friendship and support no matter the odds, which is a big deal for two reasons. Number one, he's old. He is very old, and we don't sense that he's old, but he's an elf. He's been around for a very long time.
He's been around longer than Aragorn, who was 87.
Right. He's his actual thing, like it says, I think it's like 2000. I don't remember.
Ugh.
He's very old. So considering his age, to change is very strange. Even makes a game out of it with his nemesis Gimli,
right?
Challenging him. That still counts as one.
By the way, their whole friendship, right? They are. I'm not going to use the word natural enemies because it's not natural. Right, they are racist towards each other. They're
racist towards each other, though. Yeah.
They are racist towards
each other. Literally racist because they're different races.
Because the elves are racist towards the dwarves,
and vice
who are
versa.
racist to the elves. Like, it's just back and forth. So what happens in the course of the story? Okay, they get over it, and they turn their competition into a friendly ribbing game all throughout the journey.
May the best dwarf win. He's like, okay.
Shall I describe it for you, or do you want me to get you a box?
The little laugh.
So they laugh. So and by the end of it, they're like, "Ugh, we're all gonna die right now, right?" And so Gimli's like, "I never thought I'd die stand side by side with an elf.
How about side by side with a friend? I could do that."
So like all the vanity, all of it got stripped away, and in that moment, we're about to face death here. Yeah.
You're my brother.
There's nobody I'd rather be with right now.
See? So talking about Gimli, he leaves his prejudice behind.
Yeah.
He gains respect for people that he had also long hated.
Mm-hmm.
He's also kind of old. I don't know if it's actually mentioned, but the dwarves live to be over 100 years old. Like, this is not normal for them. So he's been around, and his whole life, elves are the best or the worst and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So again, like a racist thing.
Yeah.
Theoden King. You want to talk about stumbling and falling, but then picking your purpose back up and dealing with grief and loss.
To your death.
He lost his son.
Yeah.
And he lost his son while his mind was not his mind.
Right.
And he has this guilt about him. Like, if I was stronger, maybe my mind wouldn't have been taken over by Saruman or whatever. Right? And I could have prevented this death.
Right.
My nephew, with all of his Rohirrim, the knights of the land, were banished because I was under the influence of somebody else. If only I had been stronger. But he gets over that guilt and rises and even to the point where he was in the story, he's all about like, tell me, where was Gondor when the Westfold fell? And it's like, oh God, we need you guys to come. We need you to join. We need the men to join. And then eventually he's like,
Rohan will answer.
Rohan will answer. He overcomes that. He's like, khalas. Like,
for the greater good.
For the greater good, we're going to overcome our differences. We're going to just be there for each other. And
because we have the same enemy right now. Right. They're going to destroy you. They're going to destroy me tomorrow.
Right.
Let's go.
Gandalf. This guy's older than Middle Earth itself, man. He's more powerful than anybody, but he enjoys the simplicity of life. And you contrast him with Saruman.
Yeah.
Right?
The power, the prestige,
and Saruman is all about he's all about like he said, there's even a line that he says, like, Saruman believes that you need strength and this and that to fight off evil, but Gandalf is like, it's all about your everyday actions, the little things, the good things here and there. That's how you ward off evil. Which is something that's not far from our own tradition, by the way.
Right.
It's kind of a combination of both.
It's within your own capacity, in your own world.
The four hobbits. The four hobbits. Samwise.
Number 1.
Integrity, loyalty, courage.
Brave.
He helps Frodo stay the course.
100%. Encourages
and protects Frodo.
And this is so important, even when he knew it was going to cost him their friendship.
And when Frodo himself couldn't even do it himself anymore, he couldn't bear the weight of it. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
Yeah.
And he encourages him. There's some good there's some...
Man, that monologue at the end of Two Towers?
That's worth fighting for, Mr. Frodo. Man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
Merry and Pippin, loyalty and courage. Man, Merry...
They're goofballs. The goofballs who step up.
Yeah.
Knuckleheads who step up.
Yeah. You're introduced to them and you're like, they're trying to set off the fireworks and set them off. And
it's like, I think I broke something. Carrot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stick it in the ground. It is in the ground. No, outside.
Yeah. Right. And so, like, he charges into Pelennor Fields with Éowyn. He's the first to follow Aragorn with Pippin. As like in the very end, he goes, for Frodo. And he charges. He's like,
boom.
These little children running around. Like, I'm going too. What are you talking about? So Pippin, also courage, draws out his sword in the face of the Witch King of Angmar when he makes Gandalf fall off his horse. Very symbolic, by the way. That whole thing. And he breaks his staff. He's like, takes out his sword.
And I'm ready to fight.
And it's like this.
And he's scared.
Of course he is.
He's scared.
Yeah.
But he overcomes that. That's what courage is. It's not the absence of being scared.
It's doing it because you're scared.
It's doing it anyway.
Because it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And Frodo, honor, understands he must act to protect Middle-earth. He volunteers to take it, even though he doesn't necessarily have all the tools or the knowledge or the know-how, but he hopes that there is somebody there to help him and to support him and to guide him, but he's also very vulnerable. Right. So vulnerable. I wish the ring had never come to me.
Yeah.
I wish that none of this would have happened.
So do all those who live to see such times, but that is not for men to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Really, as the words kept going, you like more and more and more
into it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a fade.
and he does something incredible, which is he gives credit where credit is due. At the end of Two Towers, I wonder if they'll tell stories about us, Mr. Frodo. Samwise the Brave. And then he turns to him and looks him very serious and says, Frodo would not have gone very, very far without Sam.
Yep.
So he's very vulnerable and gives credit where credit is due. Mm-hmm. And these are some of the qualities of men that I would love to see in real time. I would love to see it in real life, in our day-to-day interactions, because these are the qualities of men that show that these are the greatest qualities of men. Among the greatest qualities. These are the qualities that make men men. Mm-hmm. And I wish we saw this more and more. There's a facade of what it means to be a man out there.
Yeah.
And this is more in line with our belief system, with
our creed,
our sources that we talked about before.
Yeah.
So
I remember, I know it's not part of Lord of the Rings, but I think of at the end of Terminator 2 when John is crying that the Terminator T-800 has to put himself in to destroy himself, right, to prevent any more further technology development. And then he's like, I'm sorry, John, I'm sorry. He's like, I order you not to go. I order you not to go. I know why you cry, but it's something I can never do. It's like that I think is a quality of a man. Like, just, not it's not a sign of weakness. It's to show that you are human and you feel things, and it's okay to feel those things, and then to do something about it. Right? Mm-hmm. I think it's important to note.
So before that example, I was going to say Lord of the Rings marathon?
Soon.
I would love one.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie after all. That's a story. That's a subject for another time.
Hey.
No, it came out at Christmas time. It's not a Christmas movie.
When did they leave Rivendell?
October.
That's when they got to Rivendell.
They left December?
They left 2 months later.
What?
Technically makes it a Christmas movie.
No. You know what's a Christmas movie? Lethal Weapon. Die Hard. These are Christmas movies.
And Home Alone.
That's an actual Christmas movie.
Sorry. Had to. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end this episode of Real Talk Deen and Dunya. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification down below and leave a comment for what topic we should talk about in another episode. I am one of your hosts, Mustafa Talib.
And I'm one of your hosts, Abdulrahman Talib.
And I'm one of your hosts, Ayman Talib.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.